Where do I even begin with this game? I mean, it's like Sonic 2 8-bit, but it's so weird. Like, I don't know, it's pretty bad. I literally don't even have a the good and the bad section like I usually do. It's just the review, because I don't even know how to properly judge this game. It's just a mess, man. You know what? Why don't we just begin my ramblings? Okay, so this game is very similar to Sonic 2 8-bit, but somehow worse. Sonic 2 levels weren't very long, but they had varying obstacles, so at the very least, most of the levels weren't boring, although this wasn't always a good thing. In this game, the levels aren't long, but there aren't too many obstacles that were a problem for me in the way of progress, so I ended up beating most of the levels in about 30 seconds. Now, usually for a Sonic game, this kind of freedom is a good thing. However, in this game, you are allowed to run too freely, so the levels feel barren. I honestly wouldn't have a huge problem with this if the level design was more interesting and the levels were longer, but they aren't, and 30 seconds is not very long. The special stages feel strange and kind of pointless, I guess. Special stages in this game are weird. When you collect 100 rings in any zone, you immediately get warped off to the special stage, which is sometimes totally random. When I first got to the special stage, I was very confused. Basically, in these stages there are a ton of rings, and you need to speed through and get the Chaos Emerald before time runs out. But like, the thing is, why? Like, what's the point? You just fly through this zone full of rings and get a massive number of extra lives until you eventually get to the Chaos Emerald. Where's the challenge? It just seems stupid. Aqua Planet, as with the other water levels, was a slog to get through. That's kind of assumed, though. The bosses range anywhere from fairly hard to stupidly easy. If you've seen Nathaniel Bandy's video ranking all the Sonic games, you may remember he said that he only had to stay in one spot to destroy one of the bosses. Well, I can give second confirmation of this. But meanwhile, when you fight the boss in Gigalopolis Zone, I know, that's kind of a weird name, you're jumping up and down, wondering what you're supposed to do. This makes the game difficulty inconsistent, and those whack hitboxes aren't helping either. Other than that, I think the game has improved music over the original. However, I've heard the same style over and over throughout the 8-bit series that honestly none of the tracks were very memorable. That's why I'm not doing a music segment, which is like my favorite part of every one of my videos, so that's sad. The gravity's pretty weird, like when you jump, even when you think you should be falling, you're still going up. It's kinda hard to explain. Other than that, it has pretty much all the same issues as Sonic 2 8-bit, so I won't waste time with the details. The entire game is pretty unmemorable, so you know what? I'm not showing any mercy. I was absolutely losing my mind halfway through, so you know what? 2 out of 10! The next game is Sonic Spinball, which I'll be reviewing for both the Master System and the Sega Genesis. I really like pinball. Fingers crossed this next game will be good. Subscribe. Goodbye.